efficient. If I don't, then it'll get too hot, and everything else. So like that. Ah, see, I literally hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. There's no easy way to do this. All right. It's such a bad angle. I'm sorry. Like it's really such a bad angle. But if I tilt it forward any further, then it decides it wants to fall off. So, all right. Anyway, we're live. Back in the carpool lane, as you can see. I do have a soda, and I shouldn't have a soda, but I do have a soda. And I think I still need to adjust it more. I hate it. Uh, there we go. That's better. Okay. So how is everybody? Today is Monday. Is October 4th. October already? It is. It's October 4th. And we are back in the carpool lane. Parker's school resumed this week. Last week the school was closed because um, of, COVID and the virus and stuff. So daily notification. Thanks, Bri. Yep, here I am. Back in the carpool lane. So yeah, Parker School has reopened. He went back to school today. Thank God. I'm so happy about that for him because last week was virtual and it was just a pain. Oh, okay. Hold on. I got to put my do not disturb on because I just got an email notification and that was fine because actually we ordered some mums from Sophia's cheer thing for like a fundraiser and the mums come in tomorrow. So I got to remember to go pick up the mums after school tomorrow. Make no plans. Sushi. I think the late. Oh, okay, never mind. There's a parking like a lady out here that helps to control traffic, and she was pointing at somebody else. And hey, Corey, I thought she was pointing at me. I can like see her out of my peripheral vision out of the side, so I like see her like pointing. I thought she was like, "You can't be doing that here. No live streaming in the carpool lane," which is ridiculous. But she was actually pointing to somebody where they should go into the school building. So, all right, for today, let's see. So I put out a video last night. Parker and I went to Hersheypark, and there were quite a few changes and updates at Hersheypark, which things are happening. I don't know what's going on over there, but things are happening. It's like they hired the paint and production team to come in and kind of give everything a lift, and there's so many things are happening. The biggest ones that are the most evident are Coco Cruiser, which was like I used to call it Mini Skyrush. So it used to look like it was also yellow and blue, exactly like Skyrush was. Oh, thanks, Brian. Um, and it looked exactly like leftover pieces from Skyrush, just kind of like finagled to put together into making another coaster. Like they just happen to have just perfect size plot, and it's like one of those coasters. Like they say, it's not a kids coaster. Adults don't sit too comfortably in it. I think it's definitely like a kid starter coaster. It's like the ones at the beach when you go. Like I know there's one at Ocean City, New Jersey, where you go and they call it like a coaster, and you like kind of go up a little bit, and then you go down, and you kind of swirl around, and then it just keeps going around. It just keeps looping and looping and whatever. The ones at the beach seems like they go forever. I think Coco Cruiser here at Hersheypark only goes twice. But yeah, it's just up a little hill, down over a bump or two. That's it. So sorry, I just took the scab. Ouch. And I noticed I have some stuff on my hands. Gross. But that was the biggest one. So Coco Cruiser is now silver and brown, which matches Pandemonium. So I don't know if Coco Cruiser is going to keep changing personalities every time that a new coaster is introduced to Hersheypark. It's like the Coco like Wacko. Coco Cruiser, whatever. I don't understand it. Anyway, so that was the big one. There's also the thing that they had boards up, kind of like a gated fence all around Sidewinder. And Sidewinder is, I guess they call it a boomerang. I don't know much about coasters. I'm not going to pretend to be like some crazy coaster enthusiast. I like to ride roller coasters. I like to try out new roller coasters. The only kind I don't really like was this one at Six Flags that I went on that was like a box, and I felt like I was in like an elevator thing, and it went all the way up and then just dropped and rolled out. I didn't like that because I didn't know what was going to happen, and it kind of freaked me out. Nobody told me. I don't know if that's considered a coaster or not, or just like a drop tower. But it like drops and rolls out. It's not like it just dropped and bounced, like dropped and rolled out. I hated it. So I'm not a coaster enthusiast type per se that I know specific things. Like I hear certain company names that make these coasters, and that's really interesting for the people who are into that kind of thing. But I don't know. So, but anyway, I hear that Sidewinder is a boomerang coaster. Um, so yeah, I forgot to text Parker and tell him I'm here. I hope he's okay with that. Maybe I should just turn my notifications back on to see. I can't see if he replies to me. Usually, so when I get here, I let Parker know that I'm in the lane. He actually texted me from school today, I guess, during lunch to be like, don't forget to pick me up from school, which I'm here. He knows I'm here, so it's all good. But yeah, so I don't know much about coasters. I just know that it is a boomerang coaster, and they put boards up, and I hear that they're painting it green. Sorry, I feel like I'm like really lulling the conversation today. I'm like repeating myself over and over. I'm trying not to. But they're painting it green. People thought they were taking it down altogether. I think there's kind of a consensus around here in Hershey and people who are like super duper Hershey fans that they want to see Sidewinder go. I don't know why. I like Sidewinder. So Sidewinder, if you haven't been on Sidewinder, you get in the car in the station and it like backs up all the way up the track and then drops you. So then you go down like through the station and you go through a spiral and an inversion, whatever, and then when you come out the other side, you go through a hoop and you go back up another track, and it basically does the same thing. So you do it frontwards and then you do it backwards. Putting it back on, do not disturb. Um, so people hate it. I don't. I like Sidewinder. The only thing that sucks about Sidewinder is it takes so long to load and unload, and I think that's why people don't like it because we're getting to a point now in our society where we're so absolutely spoiled about everything, and we hate to wait, and we think that if we're paying a certain amount of money, we don't want it. We shouldn't have to wait for anything. But that's just that kind of ride. So people want something that loads and takes off and loads and takes off and loads and takes off. I saw somebody post that they didn't go to Hersheypark one day. It's like a popular blogger, or a blogger, I should say blogger, um, that he didn't want to go to Hersheypark one day because he stood outside the gates and watched Candemonium's takeoff times, and they were more than 2 minutes. So I mean, like, yeah, we know there's like a certain amount of time in between each load and when the next one goes. But he said since the load times were more than 2 minutes, that he wasn't going to go to Hersheypark for the day because he didn't think he was going to get anything done. Okay, that's, I mean, you know what? Adios then. Good riddance. I mean, we don't really need you there then if you're going to be taking up lines and complaining about everything anyway. But to me, it's just silly. So Sidewinder is green. Um, that is a little ridiculous. I mean, if you're going to be that petty, then yeah, please go enjoy somewhere else. But to me, that is a little bit silly. Um, Sidewinder Green, Cocoa Cruiser, Silver and Brown. There's a ride next to Cocoa Cruiser called Dizzy Drums, and they're literally like these little drum canister things. It's for kids, and they spin and they go around, and they make adults violently ill. Oh, long day. But they painted the top of that now. It used to be, I want to say like red and black or whatever, maybe red and silver, but now it's orange, yellow, and brown. So it's like Reese's. So there's that one as well. That's a new paint job. Nope, don't need that kind of toxicity and negative here. We really don't. You know what? Adios. Find somewhere else to go. What else is happening that we noticed? I can't remember everything I put in the video, but there was a lot of stuff closed yesterday, and I know people were bent about that again. Comet was closed, which is unusual because Comet is not usually a ride that is closed. Comet is open for all, like anytime the park is open, Comet is usually open. Super Duper Loop was testing. They have most of the loop painted white now, and now I'm really beginning if it's supposed to be white or if it really is just a primer for another color. Somebody said in my last video I posted that they were painting it white or whatever to match the original thing for his birthday. Kate Tails Bill Savant. It's not gonna Kite Tails. I'll get to that in a minute. That Kite Tails show, that's funny. Um, but what was I saying? Oh, so Super Duper Looper. I think it's being primed for another color. somebody told me when I said about it being painted white for the 45th birthday, like its original color, that its original color was actually like a cream, and not a white. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what color it was, but it looks like it's like the white job that's on there. It definitely looks like a primer. It's not totally solid. But anyway, Super Dupler was running, and they did some test runs, and then I kept hearing that beeping going off. So then it just was not open for a while. Sky Rush was running yesterday. Great Bear was running. Um, Cold Cracker. Parker was mad. Cold Cracker was open, but it was like seriously cold. Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's supposed to be October, so not the water rides are not supposed to be open now anyway. But I mean, it was like 82 degrees here yesterday. It was really nice. It could have been open. All right, so I think that's enough with going on with Hersheypark. Today is, don't forget, today is Monday. So we have the Hersheypark in the Dark, or Hershey's After Dark, the Chocolate Meltdown show on Food Network tonight. So tonight's the second episode of that, and if you missed it last week, what it is the Food Network show where they had contestants come, and then so it like happened after dark or like at night after everything was closed. They filmed it in the lobby of Chocolate World, and then they, like contestants were allowed to use stuff from Chocolate World for their designs. And I don't know if they're supposed to, if they're specifically cakes or if they're just designs or what, but they're they make all these things related to something haunted or spooky, but then they have to go into the park to find clues. In last week's episode, they were brutal to the brutal to the contestants and made them go all the way back to Music Express for their first clue. So if you know about Hersheypark, Music Express couldn't be farther away from the entrance. So we think they kind of just they made it look like there was like a challenge, a race, but I think they just kind of like guided them back there and they're like, just pretend like you're running, you know, and whatever. But they all rode the ride and they all got the candy and the clues. And the other one they did was Reese's Cup Fusion, which was really fun too. But it just seemed like some of the timing was off. But and who cares? It's all part of the show. It was all fun. And then the girl who won the design, the theme was like a haunted carnival, and she made this like crazy. She called it Dancing Kitty. It was like the elephant thing with the weird body parts. It was like it was very interesting. All made of candy. It was beautiful as far as the design goes, I guess. But so tonight is episode 2, and there's a not a leak. I don't want to say a leak, but there's like an idea that something with Candemonium might be part of tonight's episode. So maybe we'll see Candemonium and everybody get to ride Candemonium. Candemonium at night is actually amazing, and I think I've said that before, but I like Candemonium any time of the day, but at night it is particularly fun as well. So I think because it's a little weird because it goes away from the park for the main part of the ride, so it's not like Great Bear is like right through the center of the park. Super Duper Looper immersed in the park. You know, Lightning Racer kind of cats around the outside of the park and around the boardwalk area. But Candemonium, like the main house of Candemonium, is right in Chocolate Town, but the rest of it rolls out. Haha, Wrestler Media. What's up, Jamie? How are you? Thank you. We are having a great stream right now. Searching YouTube and you found us. Awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you. But anyway, the track for Candemonium like goes completely away from the park. So there's like this whole set of land outside. So it's like Sky Rush. So like when you see Sky Rush and you can see it up over the hill, and then you don't see anything more of it, right? Like it's so weird. So it's kind of like Sky Rush in that way. But then the track comes back around and goes around the fountain and it goes out. So when it's at night, you're like out there in the middle of nowhere. Pretty weird stuff. So that might be on tonight's episode. So we're excited to watch that. So make sure you watch that. 10 o'clock on the Food Network, wherever you're at, 10 o'clock Eastern time, I should say that. I'm mad because Parker and I went there yesterday and we like got our hot cocoa. Like on the weekends, they have s'mores at 11 a.m. and they have hot cocoa at 3 p.m. We got our hot cocoa and we did some pictures, you know, to put them out and stuff like that. I pushed one out this morning, and I was so proud of it because it was like on Instagram. It had like fun little bats and things flying. And Chocolate World shared it. It was amazing. And then freaking Instagram and Facebook are down. See, this is why all of our socials should not be conglomerately owned by one major thing. Instagram down, Facebook down. Terrible, terrible day for those kind of things to happen whenever you're trying to watch and see what's going on. In Hershey and with the show and everything, so I was really pushing it out for them as much as I can because I love it. Like it shows a lot of town, it shows a lot of Hershey. They give history about Milton Hershey and what he was doing. Disney Kid, what's up? How are you? Is that I know who that is. I won't say your name for privacy reasons. Um, but yeah, so tonight Food Network, 10 p.m. Uh, that's what we got there. Instagram, Facebook down. I don't know, maybe you guys saw my notification on Twitter. I'm going to try to start pushing out earlier. I think one day I should just sit in here and like take like a bunch of pictures for a thumbnail, or just use a standard thumbnail for Carpool Chat, so I can like push it out a little bit earlier. I know a lot of people make um, their live stream things, their thumbnails now ahead of time, so that way they can set up their live streams, and then it kind of puts out a notification a little bit earlier, so you get some more people in. I'm glad for who's here. I'm glad that you're here, that you're watching, that you're hanging out with us today. I wanted to talk a little bit about Disney. Yeah, I know Insta and Facebook is all owned by the same person, so, or same group or whatever, and that's why it's all messed up. So great, yay, thank you, thanks a lot. Uh, so Corey brought up this Kite Tails show that's at Animal Kingdom, and uh, if you've seen any of the footage from Kite Tails over the weekend, they haven't showed anything positive about how amazing the kites fly and how beautiful it is and how interesting it is. The only thing they are showing is when the kites come down, they just completely crash. Yeah, completely crash. It's terrible. It looks awful, and I think the main concern is that Disney always sugarcoats everything to make it just look so amazing, and there's no easy way that they have figured out yet to bring these kites down without making it look catastrophic. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. If you get a chance, um, go on and look up Kite Tails. I heard the show is great, and I heard that people really like it, and it's very entertaining, and it's neat, and it's different, and it's something like an Animal Kingdom that it's just like they're just relying on the air and the sky, like, and there's these kites and everything, but it's not like they're like power generated or anything like that. I don't think, or maybe they're out on boats. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, to see they have Baloo the bear, and I think they have the Jungle Book characters. So they have Baloo, and they have King Louie and stuff like that. And then there's just no graceful way to bring these kites down. So it's like la 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 la, crash. Are there more balloons than kites? Okay, so just no easy way to bring them down out of the sky. I think this is why, like, same thing with like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. This is why it ends and they go in somewhere, and then they bring them down, because you can't really deflate them without making them look absolutely atrocious. It's probably sad. Remember, in the '90s, you may have seen this on YouTube if you don't weren't there to see it. But remember when was it Barney? Barney the Purple Dinosaur popped on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It was just like, oh man, that was bad. That was bad. Those poor children. It was like at the height of Barney, the big purple dinosaur just burst on Fifth Avenue. Oh wow, that was terrible. Um, but I guess it's the same sort of thing. So Kite Tails, super fun. Just make sure you leave and don't see any of the crashing before they bring them all down. I think Simba's in it too. I did see Simba, but yeah. So that was the big news this weekend. The other thing that people still are bent about is these fireworks shows. Like, people really are the Barney Buster Balloon. Yeah, lots of therapy for kids. It was bad. It was bad. Therapy sessions. Sorry. Ah, dang it. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Like, I had like a couple people watching, and then the stupid heat thing, the temperature thing. It's such a pain in the butt. Like, I don't know how to fix it, but I really can't wait to get my new phone and just get a case for it and not have this stupid thing anymore. So I apologize again. There's no easy way to do this, but oh well. So if you happen to come back in, I was talking about Kite Tails at Disney. It is almost 20 minutes now anyway, and I think that the line's going to start moving here in a few minutes. Um, Shoot, that stinks. Oh well. All right, guys. Well, then if nobody's coming back in, I think I'm just going to wrap it up. I appreciate you guys stopping by who did watch today, and sorry that my phone again sucks. and that the temperature thing sucks. Oh, oh well. All right, that's all I got. I will be back tomorrow, and we will talk again. I appreciate everybody that came out to watch. If you came in to watch and it just picked up, that's why I'm just going to end it now. So it is what it is. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Have a great day. See ya.